After the last nerf on almost every single strong unit, they buffed Yumi and she's now the main carry of the strongest reroll comp there is. She's at the moment sitting on 20% win rate, which is in the high end. The full comp looked like this. You will play 3 supers, Gangplank, Lee and Malphite, giving the whole team a massive damage buff that increases by every 3-star unit. This is one of the reasons why we are playing a lot of 3-star units. Then we have all 6 mascots units, Galio, Nasus, Malphite, Yumi, Alistar and Nunu. This gives the whole team a % healing every second, and the mascot units get the doubled amount. We also get a little bit more healing every time a mascot unit die, as they go to the sideline and cheering for the whole team and increasing the healing. The % healing is of course best on units with a high health, and that is exactly what 3-star units have. Do we get a mascot emblem, we will put that on Gangplank or Lee. This is to get 6 mascot units before we finding Nunu, and do we get 2 of them, we will of course play for all 8 mascots in the trade. We do also have 2 hard units from Yumi and Lee, giving us scaling AP for the team every time they cast. And at last we have 1 civilian, giving the team mana fast as long as Galio is alive. The argument we are looking for in this comp is Golden Ticket, Think Fast, and all the featherweights arguments, Trade Sector, and everything else that give us gold or more rolling. Another great argument is High Roller, as you should put on Malphite to only get the units that you need. We do also want to take arguments that give us more mascots, and the argument Jeweled Lotus to make us able to crit. The best hero arguments is the arguments we get from Yumi, but else both Galios, Nasus stack on stack, and Malphite's Guardian Spirit. We can also use Alistar's arguments, but we do prefer one of the arguments from the low-cost units. Before we're diving into how to play the comp, we have to understand the basics. Yumi's spell is that she fires a curved missile at the furthest target in her attack range, dealing magic damage to the first unit she hits. This spell can do a ton of burst damage with the right items. Yumi is our main carry, and that is why we are prioritizing items for her first. She have a few options, but blue buff is a must, giving Yumi the ability to cast constantly, dealing out damage all the time and buffing up the team from the hard trait. And from here you can choose yourself. Your second and third item should be 2 of these: Giant Slayer, Death Cap, Gunblade or Dual Gauntlet. Giant Slayer is great to give us overall damage, and even more when it comes to high health units, which would often be Yumi's first target in the start of the fight. You can also pick up Death Cap for more sustained damage. Gunblade is great for keeping your frontline alive, and Dual Gauntlet for making your spells able to crit. Personally, I found the most success with blue buff, Giant Slayer and Gauntlet, but we have to be careful about making Gauntlet too fast, since one of Yumi's hero arguments makes her able to crit with spells. Plus there's also the Lotus argument that gives us that ability. That means, with getting one of these, we do not prioritize Gauntlet anymore, since we already are able to crit from our spells. From here we want a strong frontline to hold the line while Yumi casts. Malphite and Galio will by default get the tank items, since they both have abilities that give them sustain in the fight, and you should prio the ones that are getting to 3-star first. The tank items we mostly are looking for is Warmonk, Dragon's Claw and Bramblelist, but we can also include tank items that have special abilities, like Sunfire Cape for anti-healing and Ionic Spark for magic resist. You will get extra AP items like Giant Slayer, Dual Gauntlet or even blue buff. You can put them on Gangplank, and Shroud is always a great option in the later part of the game. And here we will often put it on Lee or Nunu, since none of them have to be in the front line. The emblem that we are looking for is, as mentioned, mascot, but hard and civilian is useful as well. Just not a S tier for this comp like mascot is. In the start of the game we are looking for a tier at the first carousel. During 2 we need 2 of those for blue buff. From here we just want to get as many of the units from mascot and supers in our shop. We do only decide to play this comp if we get a lot of 1 and 2 cost units that we need for the full comp, since else it will be way too hard to get all of the units to 3-star just from rolling. If we do not get them in the early game, there is a good chance others might have them, but we want in the best case not being contested. Our economy prio is to grab all the 1 and 2 cost units from mascots and supers that we see in the shop. The second thing is to get to 50 gold, and that means not refreshing the shop in the start of the game. When we get to 50 gold, we can start to slow roll for 3 stars. Are we at a point where we almost got a 3-star? We can decide to roll a bit down to hit that unit and upgrade the team's strength. In the early game we do not play for winning, but we are trying to lose the lowest amount of health. We will have a hard time getting a win streak early in the game with this comp. But on the other hand, we can abuse the lose streak and get some extra gold. What unit you want to play in the early game depends highly on what units you get to 2-star and 3-star first. But by default it could look like this. Start off the game by playing Galio, Yumi and the 3 supers, Lee, Malphite and Gangplank. But do you get a 2-star Nasus, push him into the comp instead of a 1-star Gangplank or Lee. That makes us get 4 in the mascots instead of 3 supers. At level 6 you hopefully have a few 3 stars, and you will just add in the mentioned units. If you get an Alistair hero argument, you have to play him, and you will then remove one of the mascot units, Nasus or Galio. At level 7, again just put in all the units that we just mentioned, and at level 8, put in Nuno. You will get below 35 health. You might want to consider rolling all the way down, since you at this point can't afford to lose that much more health. Are you having most of your units to 3-star but are still missing a lot of units? Sometimes you just have to give up on getting a unit to 3-star. Then you're just gonna keep the 2-star and start leveling up. We do that since we else will fall too far behind. By a rule of thumb, we can go level 6 when we hit all the 1-cost units. And are we in a situation, as just mentioned, with 2 out of the 3 1-cost units to 3-star, we can go level 6 as well. And again, that means we're leaving one of the 1-cost units to a 2-star. Else we just want to get to level 6 or roll down a stage 4-1 or 4-2 to stabilize. Then we will try to hit all the 2-cost units, and in the same way go up in level when you get all the units to 3-star, or do a roll down at stage 5. Add in the last unit to level 7 and 8. Do you get everyone to 3-star but Alistair and Nuno, you have a huge chance of winning the game. If you could use this video, please make sure to subscribe and like the video, and leave a comment if you have any suggestions on Reroll YUUMI. Thanks for watching.